Hey guys, welcome back to Triple L Rustic Designs. Winter is coming and we are selling firewood like crazy. And that hatchet just isn't cutting it anymore. So we are super excited to announce that we've invested in a Brute Force 1424 firewood processor. Josh from Brute Force drove down from Wisconsin last week and hand delivered this machine to us and gave my father-in-law a full tutorial. And since then, my father-in-law has not stopped splitting firewood. So today, he's gonna give me the full rundown on this machine. All right, Larry, tell me everything about this machine.
Gladly. Let me first say that I've cut more firewood in the last 10 days than I did with my other splitter in the last 12 months. This thing is incredible. So you come in here with a tractor. If you can get straight logs, even better, but we're in Florida and live oak is a little wonky, but you basically can put your logs up on here. It actually has a deck that actually feeds the logs into the chute. You come down here. As you feed the logs into the chute, you can push the chute forward. It cuts the log, it splits the log, it goes up the conveyor and drops it in the basket. All the things that used to break my back are gone. This thing is fantastic.
Excellent, sounds like a pretty good machine.
It is amazing. First thing we gotta do is we gotta go turn it on.
Oh, okay.
That's on the other side. So, your bar and chain oil is right here, very simple. You can see whether it has any oil in it or not. Hydraulic fluid, gas, all very simple stuff. You turn it on like this. And then once it's on, you can actually turn it on and off over there. Okay. So when you're working for the day, this is pretty much all you have to do over here. You're done on this side. So when we're in here, the best part is too, every single thing is labeled. So even if you're slow in the beginning, you can just read the labels up and down and this and that and all that kind of stuff. So now it's a beast, so it will split some wood. You just got to be careful with that whole part. He's got some great warnings on here. This machine has no brain, use yours at all the times. So
good one.
Yeah. So this is the throttle. Right now it's on low. You basically turn it up. Now you're ready to go. And the main thing is the wedge up and down. Everything is very touchy. So you got to be careful, like do it real slow. I've already got one of the logs in there just to kind of show you that. When you pull this forward, it's an auto feed. Now sometimes it kicks back, and that's all based on the pressure. And then what I do is you look at it and you say, this is too big. You can feed it right back into the chute.
Nice.
Yeah. And then if you want to start feeding them, your conveyor right here is forward and reverse. You don't really need to use reverse unless something gets stuck. Basically, you start that. So now it's going to start feeding into our chute. This, you look at up and down, and you realize, okay, that's definitely too big. So you just got to always be mindful of this, where it's at. You just pull those forward. So that's what happens after that. So the main thing is now you're sitting here, you're working with logs, right? So this is the deck forward and backwards. So you can move the logs that way or that way. So now that one's into the chute. And now this is the tricky part. So you don't want it the whole way up against this. You know, you see where the blade is and everything, right? So you don't want it the whole way here because the blade will barely touch it. So once you have it to where you want it, now this does all the work. It'll clamp down and it'll cut it. put that back up. And then depending on what kind of oak this is, that's the thing. With the live oak, I got to make sure you don't jam it in there, but this is pretty good stuff. But now I got to flip that back over. Then you get down to a point where you like realize, so like I look at that one, main thing is though, you got to be careful of anything springing up because that's, you know, an open chute. Yep. Then you sit there and you. And now you sort of trust that it's going to feed itself, but over time. So then you just start feeding them again. So you get it out to where you want it. Boom.
That's cool.
It's awesome. So up north where they have the perfect size logs, you can just buy what you want. It's not that big a deal, but we got to keep feeding them this way. And then you look up there all the time because sometimes it gets stuck on that and as it's feeding the thing. So.
That's cool.
All right, you're an expert now.
All right.
So log forward is that way, and then you watch it. Yep. All right, if it gets stuck a little bit, go backwards. Yep. Now go forward. All right. And then you want to get it away from this edge. That's close enough. And now when you pull that forward, it's going to cut it. Then you look at it, you make sure you like where it's at. Oh, put that back up. Yep. And that you're done with that one.
Okay. And
So then you look and make sure, and you pull that forward. All right, stop. That's the one that has that limb. Go ahead, backwards. So on things like that, you just gotta flip it. Now you got it.
Yeah.
It'll go back by itself. When you pull them forward, like this one, that sends it back, and then it stops. And then you feed that back in there.
Gotcha. Is this good or too big?
No, it's too big. Some of these get a little heavy, so.
Like this, if I put it in
Yeah,
like that?
make this part go this way. There you go. And now when you start feeling better about it, so this, you can lift this up some, which is, see the wedge up? Yeah, it goes fast.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So go down a little bit. No, there you go. And that way it splits it into more pieces.
Oh, gotcha.
And with red oak, you can pretty much keep it up there, kind of thing. And then every once in a while, I just do this.
Move them up.
Yeah, just kind of so it stops the bottleneck.
Is this like fine size?
Yeah, yep.
All right, so then this.
Yep. Now, put it where you want it. And then
Saw.
that one that way. Good, very good. And if you hear it start to bog down, you just leave up, let it a couple different times. So.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing is when that's coming through, just be careful grabbing because you're about pinching your finger. Yeah, throw that back in there.
Yeah.
When in doubt, split it out.
Yeah.
Now, so you got that one kind of stuck, right?
Yeah.
So what you do is you go up and down with this to be able to get to it. Yeah, now can you see if you can, there you go. Yep, right. And that one's sideways, so that one you gotta get out of there. And so when it's high like that, you only get one split.
Oh, so I should have dropped it down.
Well, it depends on the size of it, so. Throw two pieces in there too. And now you'll drop that down. You look at the logs. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's cool.
Now, you're to the end, right? So you got to be careful now. If you go too far, it'll tip up on you. So you start to feed it a little bit, which is that. And then what I've been doing is holding, like, go ahead and keep going to try to get close.
Oh,
See what it does? So now what you do, like you can hold it right here, and if you do this a little bit, okay,
it'll hold it in place.
It'll hold it in place.
Okay.
And now you go forward and cut it. Perfect. When you got the 6 wedge, oh yeah, basically when you got the 6 wedge up, it sometimes bogs down a little bit.
Okay.
But no big deal. Now you just push that to start it again. So now so that did that because your 6 wedge was up and you split these into giant pieces.
Oh yeah.
So, go ahead.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't hold it.
Oh,
basically, once you have it coming, you let it go. Because it'll go back on its own then.
Then this one.
See, that's too, now you go up and down with this. There you go.
Oh, wait.
Yep. Start getting a bottleneck, you just kind of feel like that. And now you want to put your wedge down.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Oh, yeah.
All right, for your last piece, all you do is feed it.
Okay.
And it'll drop it in place. and then you gotta smack it around a little bit. There you go. Now, you see your wedge is the whole way up.
Yeah.
So it'd probably do the same thing to you. So yeah, you may wanna go up. All right, go down. The farther down, see it has this would be a single split. So for bigger logs, you do that, and then you have to flip those other two back in.
Okay. And then this needs to go in there,
Yeah.
right?
See, when you do that too, it helps push some of the other out. All right, you see that? You have to stop it. So when it starts going sideways, that's the problem. You go up on your wedge. Yeah. Then you go down on your wedge. There you go. The thing is so strong, if it does go sideways, it'll split it in half.
Yeah.
It just makes a pain in the ass sometimes. Go ahead.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a beast. All right, the next log is all yours. You're all on your own. too far. Yeah, that happens. So basically you gotta,
I should have cut the other one a little bit longer.
the good part is, you see that right there?
Yeah.
It tells you how long the log is before you start that. So you can see if it's 24 inches, it should only come out about 12. So you can cut it in half type of thing. This switch right here kills it.
Turns it off.
And you say, oh my goodness,
Wow.
look at all the wood we made.
That's crazy.
So how long was that?
Probably took longer because I just
But I mean,
learning.
seriously, it was like
but
15 minutes, if that. So that sells for $100. So we have a waiting list right now of people that'll buy that. So
Really?
you do 4 totes an hour, it's $400 an hour with this
Dang.
machine. It's amazing. Now up north, I don't know what they sell for up north. I'm talking about, Florida in the winter, because it is 75 degrees. It's winter right now. So,
man, that was cool.
yeah. So now we make 4 of those. We stick them in the kiln for a few days. They're nice and toasty. They burn like crazy, and everybody's happy.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video today. Drop a comment in the comment section below this video on what you think about this Brute Force 1424 FireWood processor. It was an absolute beast to run, definitely a game changer here at the shop, and I'm super excited to make more FireWood. As always, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and we'll see you guys next Friday.